Good morning and welcome to Wares Weekly. I hope you're enjoying the pretty fall weather as much as I am. Downtown Jasper is really pretty and a great place to be. One of the things I want to mention before we get into the meat of our program today is this weekend. Downtown Jasper will be the classic car show. It's a big car show that comes every year that you'll see 200 or 300 antique classic cars here on Saturday, and it'll be a great day. So looks like the weather's going to be nice. So if you're looking for something to do, a trip to downtown Jasper might be a good way to spend a part of your day. Joining me today is Mike Putman, who heads up Mainstreet, and I wanted to talk about Mainstreet. The past week, Mainstreet had an event in downtown Jasper to solicit support for Mainstreet and to provide updates on the many things that are going on in Mainstreet. And I had the opportunity to talk to the group, and a term I use that doesn't belong to me is unprecedented prosperity, and that's what we're hearing from the street from a lot of different directions, and maybe not those exact words, but they certainly unprecedented prosperity is descriptive of what we're hearing. And as I listen to people talk, and my friends, this information comes unsolicited, and certainly some of those folks are my friends, and as I listen to the things that people are talking about that causes them to think that we're experiencing unprecedented prosperity, ties back to Jasper Mainstreet, Mike Putman, number one, and then his board. And I've said this before, I can remember the early days of Mainstreet and thinking that probably the life of that would be short and we move on to something else, and thank goodness it hadn't been the case. And it made significant contributions to this city, and while we are prospering across the city, a lot of it ties to Mainstreet, and I try to express my appreciation to Mike every opportunity I get about that. But Mike has some very lofty goals, plans that's being worked on now to further enhance Jasper as a place to be, a place to live. And Mike, if you would just share some of the things you're working on, because you rolled out some really good information last week.
Well, this is the time of year that we get our 2022 work plan together. There are four parts of it: organization, design, promotion, and economic vitality. And so one of the things that I'm excited about is in the design category, we have a sculpture trail that we're going to build with cooperation of a funder and the University of Alabama's art department. It's an idea that I totally stole from Monroeville. They have a sculpture trail there that pays homage to all the writers from Monroeville. And ours is going to pay homage to, well, there are all kinds of ideas out there, but we're going to have 10 sculptures, at least 10 sculptures, throughout town that pay homage to our history. Cole, the Bankheads, Carl Elliott, things like that. But that's still in the works. We just had our first meeting about that yesterday, and I'm really excited about that. And then of course we're going to enhance our wayfinding that we already have in place, but we need more of it, and we need some other things to go with it. Of course, the banners, the vet banners, are just probably the most popular thing we've ever done. It is a fundraiser, but more than that, it has been a gigantic friend raiser, because this town, this community, even the county at large, has shown their patriotism for many, many years. And we're excited that these family members want to pay tribute to the men and women in the armed forces up on the banners. Of course, we're very excited about our newest business, which is the Pie Factory,
Right.
which the mayor was instrumental in bringing to Jasper. But also, our district is the downtown district, but I'm happy that there's an Applebee's on 78.
Right.
I want 78 to thrive just as much as I want downtown to thrive, because if we're all doing well, then we're all doing well. It goes into the same pot. So I do like to help promote sometimes things outside the district, because they're important. I mean, the interstate is huge. The fact that we've got all of those businesses at that interstate is huge for us. It's huge for the city of Jasper. But there are a lot of other things going on. We have some other banners going up. When the vet banners go up soon, they come down, then the Christmas banners come up. And we have Billy Wade and Russ Smallwood called me and said, you want some lights in downtown Jasper? And I said, yes, of course we do. He said, well, I need you to write a check. I said, okay, that's fine. Because he was talking about everything they wanted to do in downtown for Christmas. I was like, not a problem. We love it. So there are going to be new Christmas decorations, new Christmas lights downtown, thanks to Russ and Billy. And, of course, thanks to the mayor. But it's just a good time in downtown Jasper. This has been a really good gig for me. I've enjoyed every minute of it. Every day I get to go do something different. And of course, Tallulah enjoys it because she gets to go everywhere I go. And in fact, Tallulah gets me in places that I wouldn't get in by myself.
Right.
So there's that. And we're just excited about what 2022 is going to bring, because it's all good things. And we're excited on new board members coming on board for 2022, and it's just going to be good in downtown. But as David says, this unprecedented prosperity is happening everywhere in Jasper, not just downtown. But I'm happy it's happening downtown. I have a lot of I may be the face. No, let's take it back. Tallulah the dog is the face of Jasper Mainstreet, but there are a lot of shoulders I'm standing on, and a lot of people in the background that get no credit, but have contributed greatly to the revitalization of downtown.
Good. Well, Mike, we look with great anticipation of the possibility of the Town Creek project.
Right.
And let me share with you, we said there's a possibility of rehabbing, repurposing, whatever term you like, Share Auditorium as a new city hall. I rolled out a plan to our council that addresses that, along with some other projects. I don't have a response yet, and I don't say that to have a critical tone. I don't know what to expect there. Any monies that a municipality spends, that appropriation has to come from the council. But I hope I'll know in the not too distant future if the council is going to embrace the plan that I rolled out, or it may be that they have a plan of their own that we can look at. But that would be a great start of building a fire under that project. Wouldn't you agree, Mike?
Right, and Sharer, if the council chooses to move on that, Sharer is really a heart place for Jasper.
Right.
I'm of course not from Jasper, but even I know that hearts are tied to that building and that area, because so many childhoods were spent there and so many great events were held there. And I think it would just be a win for everybody if the council passes that.
Well, I keep my fingers crossed, and like I said, the plan that I rolled out makes it doable, but again, the council has to make their decision as to whether they'll buy into that plan or not. So we'll wait to see. But that aside, so many good things are happening. We close the book September 30. What we know beyond a shadow of a doubt. We don't know exactly because you have to pay bills that are coming in that were money that was spent in the latter part of fiscal year 2021. But we know that from an operation perspective that 2021 will have been the best year in the city's 143-year history. And to see our sales tax revenues grow like they've grown, and we thought at first it might have been some sort of an anomaly, but they were strong through the whole year, and that's pretty comforting. Now, what does 2022 hold? None of us can see a second into the future, and there's some things out here that are being talked about happening, petroleum prices, and could hinder the rebound of the economy, interest rates, that sort of thing. But we put together a budget where we didn't predict that our revenues would grow in 2022, and I think that was the right approach to that. And if we were to have some sort of downturn, if the economy were to go in the tank or whatever, we've positioned the city financially that we could weather that storm and move along. And so a lot of things to be excited about. It's drawing attention. What's going on here is drawing attention across this state. Other people want to know, how do you do it, that sort of thing. We'll have visitors in the city week after next, I believe. Is that right, Mike? To come take a look. And that's a pretty good validation that something good's happening, is it not?
Absolutely.
Right.
I'm looking forward to them visiting with us because they specifically wanted to look at downtown.
Right.
But yeah, there are, again, a lot of good things are happening downtown, but I can't say it enough. I stand on the shoulders of, or I'm carried on the shoulders of many, many people, and many funders, many friends, many people who are from here, not from here, but believe in what we're doing.
Right. So we're pleased to have you with us today. I have a conflict next week that we'll have something for you that I won't be with you and return the next week, but it's something that I can work around. But again, glad to have you with us. Send us your questions, comments. We like to hear from you, and we'll get your questions answered promptly. Mike, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.